Hey, what's up, guys? This is going to be part one of a series called Everything I Know, and we're going to start off with this map, Jungle. And the idea for me is to show you guys, just like it says, everything I know about the map, all the angles, any kind of strategy, you know, anything there is to know. Uh, like to show you guys what I'm talking about. So here we go. Basically, what's going to happen is this: if I post up on a spot and I fire a bullet, and that's a spot that I would consider an angle. That's good to shoot from. So uh, right here, like I said, I'm just gonna walk around and just fire bullets, man. Try to go on the whole map. Um, and if I happen upon any kind of information you guys should know, I will do my best to tell you about it. This is about the only real good angle to shoot at those bee hut barrels over there. The people like to post up on. That's a real good one. Very. I rarely ever see people use this angle right here. There's always people coming across that bridge. So what you can do is you can kind of look for these bushes and just watch out for any movement. And if you see any kind of movement going on, you can just shoot them right here. And you're not even really at risk from this spot because they can't shoot you from over there at this angle. So if you're gonna let's say you're playing domination, right, and you're gonna try there's someone capping B and you want to defend it. Basically, what you do is you come here first. You look down this pathway. If that bridge is clear, then you're good to look down here, okay? And you can look down there, and if that's clear, and there's someone over the ruins, like to snipe from there. They got this little angle here that I don't think anybody really knows about. But I use this sometimes. If there's like a sniper over there. You can see through that little grass right there. And the cool part is that they actually can't even see your name. Like if I was standing over there looking at the bee hut in this direction, they wouldn't see my name at all. So pretty cool. Um, got this too, really. Um, you should really only post up like in an area like this if there's no traffic at all coming through here. Like if you've got complete map control, like blackbirds are up and chopper gunners are going and stuff. That's about the only time you should put yourself out there like that. But yeah. There's a good angle right here. And I didn't even bother going up to Sea Rock because like everybody knows that you can get on top of Sea Rock and like try to build kill streaks and stuff. But I really don't even bother with that spot anymore, to be honest. It's just like too, I don't know. I don't know if you ever noticed, but there's always like three noobs up there all the time. So I don't like going up there. But your mileage may vary. I guess I'll circle around over here. This little spot's here because this indenture in the ground. You can just kind of poke up like this, and you're pretty well covered by the ground there. So it's a good angle. I think there's also a spot right here. Yeah, here we go. But you really shouldn't have to use any of these angles too much unless you're in their spawn and they're spawning at A flag. Because if you're spawning at A and you're sitting here, that means you're just sitting in your own fucking spawn. And you're not really helping your team out by doing that, so you should move. Here's another angle right here. And some amount of bullets, I'm going to kill myself real quick. So right back here in the villa. I'll go to A height here real quick. There's a good angle for C-Rock. There's one up there. This is about the end of the line as far as where you can go without putting yourself at risk. Because remember that angle I showed you back over there at B hut? I think they might be able to see you over here actually. So remember, this is about as far as you can go, where you don't have to worry about C-Rock. You know, past this point is where you have to start worrying about getting shot from the B hut, and of course over here, and you know, in some cases that bridge too. So yeah, spot there. And I like to peek over. There's some noobs on C-Rock. I like to peek up over this little canopy here and shoot them like that. And if the enemy is spawning a C flag over there, and your team controls B hut, this is one of the best spots to be because there's going to be traffic trying to come across that bridge. There's going to be traffic trying to cut through there straight to B flag. This little area right here, and chances are that if you control B hut and your team is also controlling A hut. Let's say, for example, they're covering this little landing over here. If that's all covered, then this spot over here is really good to post up at. You know, because they're controlling A hut, chances are they're also controlling that C-Rock too. So it's a real good spawn trap. Basically, you know, a real good spawn trap on this map is to have them at C flag and just have be posted up all along this bridge. So the bridge is only useful if you have A and B flag. It's really not even useful at all if you have C flag and B flag. So this map is kind of unbalanced that way, but oh well, I guess. This is a real good. Wait, I've used this spot before. I'm trying to remember how. Okay, well here's a good spot right here. Let's see. Really, I mean, the only reason to come down this area here is you're trying to cap B flag. There's not really any other good reason to come down here, but you can, if they're spawning a C flag, sometimes, you know, post up right here. I wouldn't recommend staying here too long, but it's a good spot to be, you know, if they're all around you and you just need to, you want to make them come to you so you have a fair shot at battling them instead of trying to escape. Because if you try to get away, you're going to be exposed to C-Rock, you're exposed to this B hut here. There's not really anything you can do, so that's another spot there, this little tuft of grass right here. Also, this is kind of a neat thing you can do. I don't know if it's really that useful, but a lot of people don't know about it. This little jut that sticks out of this rock, you can actually run up that. So you just kind of go like this and jump up there. You got a great angle on this little pathway right here. There's always some noobs up here trying to shoot down on B flag. And it's actually a little bit faster to climb up too, I think. As opposed to taking that ladder, you just go like this, and if you don't choke, actually, you can climb up there too. The way I go, if I'm trying to clear out B hut area, which is really key on this map, what I'll do is I'll usually try to come up here, and this is after I clear out the C-Rock first. Okay, once C-Rock's clear, okay, you're good to come up here, and this is how I clear out B hut. I come through here, I'll look this way, I keep looking this way, see if there's any kind of movement going on through there. If there's not, then I'll slowly come around this way, and look at this little shed right here, or whatever you call it with the rope hanging off of it, you know. I'll look over here first, and once that's clear, I'll look over there real quick, then I'll jump, and while I'm still looking over here, I'll just kind of fall down and just keep my, I'll strafe like without running this way, because running exposes you, you know, because you have to just stop running and pull up your aim, or pull up your gun to ADS, to aim down sight. So I'll always, you know, be ready to just kind of strafe this way. And you're kind of putting yourself at risk, like coming across like that, but I do it anyway, uh, just to, I guess, be sure that I've cleared it. You know, like because if you go through here, if you go around like this, and you come around like that, there's a small chance that someone can come across the bridge and you know, get an angle on you. So they're both really more or less the same, I guess. But I usually go about it this way. I just kind of go like that. And if I see somebody, I'll be ready to ADS. And chances are that I'll get to this piece of cover here before they can actually kill me anyway. And of course, this is one of the best spots in the game for building up a kill streak right here. It's when they're spawning at C flag and you're just clipping from behind these barrels. So yeah. I think that about covers B hut. Uh, and let's see, there's a couple more spots down here. You really shouldn't be down here. The only reason to come through this area here, this is kind of a no man's land for the most part, but um, if it does happen where you're getting, you know, totally fucked, you know, like they have like A flag and B flag and they're set up on the bridge and stuff. If it happens where you have to come through here, you can use this rock here to clear out that A hut, and you have a little bit of cover here. I usually run flat jacket, so I don't have to worry about grenades that much. And Tactical Mask Pro makes it so I don't have to worry about getting flashed either. So these rocks are fine if you have that kind of setup going. Otherwise, you can get naded if you're behind these rocks. But this rock's good for clearing that out right there. And just think of these rocks as like different pieces of cover that you can float to whenever you're trying to move around the map. You know, if it happens where you have to come through here. Like I said, I usually try to keep high ground. Like I'd be going across the bridge. I'd be going around through B hut. You know, flanking around. You know. But if that is where you do have to come through here, these rocks are really useful for going from cover to cover, you know. And of course, you know, once you're coming around here and this area is clear, you can go through here. A lot of times what I'll do here to clear out A hut is I'll first look through here and just post up for a minute, maybe throw a flash to see if there's anybody there, and I'll come back around. And you know, I usually rush that without. I climb this ladder usually without even worrying about whether or not somebody's looking at it. I just don't really care. Like I don't know. I just sort of do it. But yeah, I just climb up here and look there first, and you know, I'll check there real quick, and then I'll come around here and make sure this bridge is clear, and then I can start pushing my way out from A hut and go that way. So that about does it. There's only a couple spots I missed. Let's see here. Okay. Got this spot right here, and when I'm going from this little hut right here, let's say I spawn an A flag, right? And I'm going from here to like right here. I try to like expose myself as little as possible to this lane right here because that's a real high traffic area, and you never want to be exposed to that. So what I do is I just come around here real quick, and by the time they can actually kill me, I will take cover behind this, and I can post up real quick and just shoot them from behind this piece of cover. And of course, they start shooting at you. Like what I always do is I lay prone behind a piece of cover until I hear the firing stop, and I'll just pop it real quick. Because with lag, the way lag works in this game, the way the connection works in this game is that it's to your advantage to be the one moving. And when you're behind a piece of cover, if you're closer to cover than they are, then you kind of dictate how the action goes, and you dictate how fast, you know. You basically you force them to react to you. You never want to be reacting to somebody else. You know, you always want to be the one kind of forcing the action, being aggressive. So I'll be behind a piece of cover, and I'll come up. And thankfully, the connection is so shitty in this game that I'll basically just, you know, pop out instantly and kill them. You know, that's what it's going to look like on their screen. You know, whereas I think in the other Call of Duties it's more balanced. But in this one, you definitely want to be the one coming up from behind a piece of cover and shooting. And that about covers it. If I think of anything else, I'll just put it up in another video. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.